Hi there, so I just made this for you. I am going to send it to you by email, but all of this stuff can be changed. I would leave this, I don't know, it's totally up to you. If you don't like it, change it, but I kind of really like this, look. But anyways, so this is in Word, and all you have to do is, all I would do, I mean, unless you want to change the look of it, which is fine, but all you have to do is change the flight. That's actually an image that I just pasted in there, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec. You don't really have to change any of this because it applies to each and every, this applies to every one of the rooms that are at this hotel, so it doesn't matter. But you'll want to change this based on whatever room type they got. This image here, all I did was I copied it from their website. I'm going to put their website in the email too, so you can go and copy it. Now, how did I do that? I don't know if I've told you this before. I've put it in video, so you've probably seen it. But I would go and download this little tool right here. I absolutely love it. All you have to do is once you download it, the plus, and then you just take whichever room you want, or if you want to copy the information, whatever you want, you can copy anything. Capture it, and then I copy it, or you can save it, depending on what you're going to do with it. But since I just copied it, I'll show you what you can do then. It's copied to my clipboard. So if I wanted to, let's say, add the deluxe, whatever that is, then I just paste it and I resize it to whatever. I try to make the pictures of the rooms whatever they are. So if they're rooms, I try to make them the same. If they're images of the outside of the hotel, I try to make it the same, or sometimes I'll just try to make all the images the same size. And then, of course, you know how to work Word, but I'm just going to show you this anyways in case there's some things you don't know. So for this, I would try to make this the same size. So I would go over here, highlight it, look what size it is. It's Calibri 13, and it's orange, of course. So Calibri and 13, and then change it to the orange, and I think it's bold too. Yeah. And so, obviously, the room is called the Deluxe Junior Suite, so you'd want to actually, where am I? You want to actually title it like that, so, you know what, I'm going to leave this for you. I was only going to put the platinum, but I might as well just leave this here. This does not look like the same. Oh, it's all caps. So to change something to all caps, which I actually think that looks good, and I would also add all-inclusive, because they're all inclusive, right? Like that. And then to change something to all caps, all you have to do is go to this little guy here, and you can do sentence case, which means the first letter of the sentence is capital. Lowercase means everything's lowercase. Uppercase, same thing, uppercase. Capitalize each word. I thought there was capital, uppercase is what I want. See there? So now that looks better. And then I would just adjust it to where you want it. Now what I would do for you, though, for these people, is whoever you're going to send this to, if they got a platinum room, just delete this. Make sure you save this as like a template. I would use this for all of your travels, your trips. And you can just change the wording. Just make sure if you get a different hotel, you change all the information from it too. But anyways, as far as this was concerned, I also just did the exact same thing with this tool, Jing, that I did with the image that you saw me do over here. And how I do that is, this was the invoice. Do I have this open anywhere? I don't think so. Oh, yes, I do. Right here. So I took the flight detail, and I just copied it. So, copy, da-da-da, and then go back over here. And so if you chose a different flight, I don't know what flight you chose. I think I actually copied this from a different, I'm going to leave that one, because that's what it's going to actually look like. And then I might just get rid of this. I don't know what flight you chose, though, or what flight is going to be chosen. So whichever one of, they gave you the 3 options. So make sure to put the right flight in, because you don't want them missing their flight, right? But just make sure all this information still matches up, because as time goes on, they might have to change the flight. So you want to make sure that you're always updating them on that information. And as far as, you really should have their email addresses in case you need to notify them of something like that. So you want to get that ASAP. I would get all their email addresses. Where was I? So then, let's see. Okay, so now we have this as the flight detail, and it's just a picture, and it looks nice, right? This right here, all I did was actually I copied that straight off their website. So here, I just went up here. I copied this information. Once in a while when you copy it, like this came out, I think this came out okay, but these little guys did not come out as, I'll show you what they look like when I pasted it originally. I didn't copy all this because they don't even have any children with them, so I just copied up to there, just to give them some nice information about the hotel, right? Some of the more important information. Okay, so this information is all right here. See the numerous freshwater, large is what I copied just now. But I'll show you what it looks like when I copied it. It didn't look exactly like that. See, it looks like that. And so all I did was, first off, I got rid of those. Oh, too much. You can undo anything you do too. So don't panic if you make a mistake. I mean, you probably all already know this since you have this, but just in case, I want to show you. So here, and then I just went ahead and did it up here in little bullets. Oops, you have to do each one, I guess. Oops. Can't remember. Bullets, bullets, why aren't you doing... Oh, I know. Because the way bullets work, you actually have to, you're going to have to go like this, go to the end of the sentence, hit return, and then delete. And because when you pasted it, it thinks that's one bullet. So until you hit the return, it's not going to add another bullet. You might know this too, so sorry if you already know this stuff. But I just want to try to cover everything. So I did that, and then I actually like the blue the best, but you can make it whatever color you want. For these, I like the dark blue. I don't like to put black, you know, I just don't. And I just moved it by accident, so I'm going to undo that move. But there we go. So you can make this any color you want by highlighting it. If you notice anything's off, see, this doesn't need to have the dots. These are just kind of some highlighted points. But I put the main hotel up here, and all of this information applies to the entire hotel, so you don't have to have different ones for different room types. The only thing you're going to want to change for each person, unless they take different flights, pretty much you can make this for every person if they have the same flight. And the only thing you're going to change is which room they have. But make sure, don't leave both of these, because you want to get it based on the room that they actually chose. So if they chose this room, then really all you have to do is just delete. Oh wait, we want to get rid of that too. And then you only have this, right? But if you want, I'm going to leave that for you though, because I'm going to get rid of that bottom part. But I want to leave the room type for you, because I think some of your people got that kind of room, this room too. So if you're working with somebody who has this room, then really all you need to do is go from this platinum, highlight the picture, the end of the picture, delete, and then go down, oops, and delete. And if it doesn't fit right, yeah, it's not fitting right, you need to just make it a little smaller or move some of this wording up. So you could move the all-inclusive up, and then the picture pulls in, right? And then you go to the end of it and delete to get rid of that last sheet that you don't need. So this would be what you would send, this exact thing, as long as they have the same flights. You just send this one to whoever ordered the deluxe junior suite, right? And then for anybody who ordered the other one, platinum, you would just send them this and get rid of this. You know what I mean? Like I said, unless their flights are different. And this is just their itinerary, which is just kind of a nice thing for them to have. They see what's included. I did put up here, I think. I did not. So I think the transportation is included also, and transportation included. So I would put something like that. You can change this. I would like to have that bigger. Oops. So I think transportation is included, if I'm not mistaken, right? If it is not included, then get rid of that transportation portion. But I just wanted to show you this kind of live on how I made this. And as for these images, if you want to choose a different image, there's not a lot of options in here. You can put your own images in there, but it just, I don't know, to me it looks weird with real images and a white background the way it is. I tried it. So I like these kind of drawn images better. But here, clip art is where I got those images. So it'll pull up over here. So let's just say you want to do this one. You could add this picture instead of this picture. It's a little tricky to move them all around, but you can. It just takes a little effort, and it's a little tricky. I really like this one. I think I'm saving this template from now on. This is what I'm going to use. You know, this as a cover. This is a cover sheet, is what this is. And if you don't want a cover sheet, you can get rid of the cover sheet. I think it's a nice touch. It kind of, you know, covers what you're doing. That's pretty much it. And then just remember that you want to make sure that this is the right flight. And if it's not, you want to use Jing. I'll show you that in a sec. To copy or cut the flight information from the invoice that they sent you originally. Also remember to take off one of these two, and then if there's a different room, you can also, you know, copy that with Jing from the hotel website, which I put in an email here now. So this is the hotel website in case you need to change something, you know, in one of the images, or if you want to add more of the amenities to the quote. I don't think you need to add too much to it, but it's up to you. Maybe you want more. And Jing. So for Jing, download Jing. Oops. TechSmith. That's who does it. It's the coolest little tool. I just love it. I use it all the time. I use it to copy and paste. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but I put a lot of I put a lot of, you know, positive quotes on my page. I use it for those too, you know, just to copy things. Okay, and this is what it looks like, and then you just download Jing. And then what it'll do is it actually moves anywhere you want to put it, which is another thing that I really, really like. I like it over here. It's kind of out of the way of everything, but you can put it on the bottom. I don't know. It's such a handy little tool. Occasionally, you have to shut it down and then bring it back up, but for the most part, it just sits there and is awesome. But if you have to shut it down, it's just this right here. And then you hit this power button, exit, and then you can go into, for me, it's over here in my stuff on the, whatever this is called, the little Windows guy, start button, and then it's in here, and then if I ever have to restart it for any reason, it's right here. So it will probably go there for you, but it might not. It might go in, I mean, it will be in programs too, but sometimes, you know, some of the ones that are convenient like this they don't always pop into that convenient area. So sometimes you have to go to programs to start things. But for the most part, you shouldn't have to do anything with it, and it'll just sit here. So it's cool. And then what's nice is if you look here, all your pictures are in this history right here too. So that's kind of cool. So everything that I've copied is in here. Now, from time to time, you're going to want to delete those because otherwise it takes a lot of space. And I will show you, just like every couple of months. I mean, it depends on how much you use it. If you don't use it a lot, then you won't have to delete it. But if you use it like I do, you got to delete these images. And so you can just do that. I'll do it now, I think. You can do them one by one, as you saw in that. You can delete it here. But you can also just go in and copy them all. By all you have to, how you select all, you might know this, but you select one like this. So I choose one, and then I scroll down to where I want the last one to be, and I hit the Shift key and then click that last one, and then I think you can just delete it like that. Deleting selected will capture. Selected capture will delete it from both your history and its stored location, which is exactly what you want. And you just hit delete. And then it will start fresh with all new images, and then you can just go in and delete it when you have too many. Because, anytime you put a lot of stuff on your computer, if you keep it there, it's going to kind of slow your computer down over time. But we're talking hundreds, thousands even, this will hold before it might do that. Depends on your computer. And then just delete them as you go, And, okay, so I think that's it. I'm sending you this email. I'm going to send you the Jing link. I'm sending you the Sunwing Hotel. That's actually a Sunwing image, which is even better, that I got off the website. It's not off the hotel website. It's off Sunwing. You can get it off the hotel website, too. And I will often do that, but when I saw that this was Sunwing anyways, and this is the one you're using, I went ahead and grabbed that. But usually I do go off the hotel website. And then the other thing, I'll send you the receipt in Excel and the this word that I just made for the itinerary. Here you can see my computer's bigger, so it kind of opens up in multi-windows, but this is what it'll really look like. And then you're going to get rid of one of the rooms. Okay, so I should save it. So I'll send you this, and I'll send you the receipt in Excel. Just remember that before you send it to the customer, make sure to save it, save as PDF, and then you'll name it whatever the customer name is. And then once you do that, you can, if it's the same, like if the customer is going to have the same type of room, you don't have to go into here and save it, although you can. As a PDF, you can just go back to that PDF and save as, and then the new customer name you can put in there. But put their customer name here, PDF, publish. And the reason you want to do that is because if you don't, all of these things are active, right? So they can change things by mistake, they can delete things, A PDF, they can't do anything with it. It'll just look straight like this. Here, let me just show you. So save as PDF, and then go in and let's take it a minute. Oh, yawn. I didn't really mean to make this so long, but hopefully it's helpful. Come on now. Try that again. Refresh. Okay, there it is. So this is what it'll look like as a PDF. Of course, it won't be quite that giant, but it'll be bigger. So anyways, that's what it'll look like as a PDF, and they can't make any changes. They can't do anything with it. But one of these won't be on there, but that's what it'll look like. It's pretty nice, I think. Okay, so I'll send that to you now, and then I'll let you know that I sent it to you in our chat. That's all.